Good morning. It's November the 12th already. Wow. And time for Proverbs 12. Over there, we're into the Proverbs now. Right? Past the training phase and into the actual Proverbs. Well, let's begin. Whoso is loving instruction is loving knowledge, and whoso is hating reproof is brutish. Yeah, like that, brutish. It says whoever hates correction is stupid over here, right? And discipline, instruction. Whoso is loving instruction, whoso is loving discipline, that's instruction, right? Is stupid. Okay? Verse 2. The good bringeth forth favor from Jehovah, and the man of wicked devices he condemneth. Right? The good person obtains favor from the Lord, but he condemns the man who schemes. Right? Wicked devices. Straightforward, huh? A man is not established by wickedness, and the root of the righteous is not moved. Right. I highlighted that over there. Right? A man is not established, cannot be made secure by wickedness. Right? The root of the righteous is not moved or immovable. Like that. For a virtuous woman is a crown to her husband, and as rottenness in his bones is one causing shame. Right? A capable wife is her husband's crown, but a wife who causes shame is like rottenness in his bones. That goes both ways, you know. Okay, 5. The thoughts of the righteous are justice. The counsels of the wicked, deceit. Right? Or leads to deceit. The thoughts of the righteous are justice. Justice over here. Right? You have good thoughts. Think about that. 6. The words of the wicked are lay wait for blood, and the mouth of the upright delivered them. Words of the wicked are a deadly ambush, but the speech of the upright rescues them, delivers them. Right? A deadly ambush and lay wait for blood. Right? There are people like that. 7. Overthrow the wicked, and they are not, and the house of the righteous standeth. The wicked are overthrown and perish, but the house of the righteous will stand. And they are not. Like that. Verse 8. According to wisdom is a man praised, and the perverted of heart becometh despised. Right. According to his wisdom is a man praised. It says insight over here. But a twisted mind or a perverted mind is a perverted heart, it says over here. Heart, mind, two different things, right? Heart's deep down. Okay, verse 9. And this is kind of, well, highlight that. Okay. According to a wisdom is his man praised. Okay. 9. Better is the lightly esteemed who hath a servant than the self-honored who lacketh bread. Right. Better to be dishonored yet have a servant than to act important and have no food. Okay. Now this, it says have us better to be lightly esteemed, right? Or nobody cares. I have a servant is meant to be, it's better to, right, be lightly esteemed and be able to take care of yourself, handle all your own needs, right? Than to be self-honored, food and lack bread or have no food. Okay, now a lot of people today pretend to be something they're not. It's called a facade. Okay, I think that's French or something, but all right. I mean, they're on welfare. They have no money. They have no food, but they're driving big cars and they wear fancy clothes, but they have nothing to eat. And they want everybody to think they're something they're not, right? Self-honored. Right? Self-honored. To act important, but have no food, right? Better to have little honor and be able to take care of yourself. All right? Hardworking man is to be honored. We'll touch on that again. 10. The righteous knoweth the life of his beast, and the mercies of the wicked are cruel. This is one of my favorite. It says a righteous man cares about his animal's health. Right? The mercies, even the merciful acts of the wicked are cruel. Right? If you want to know how somebody is, watch how they treat animals. Any animal, right? And you see people that are, are seemingly nice, but they'll kick a dog around and they'll kill a squirrel for no reason. And they're just mean to animals. You can also tell a person by the way the animals treat them, okay? Because animals know. Animals can see things that humans can't. Oh, yeah, that's a good saying. Over here, a righteous man cares about his animal's health, but even the merciful acts of the wicked are cruel. 11. Whoso is tilling the ground is satisfied with bread, and whoso is pursuing vanities is lacking heart. Pursuing vanities, right? Chasing fantasies. Chasing fantasies. Come on. Right. If you work, you will have food. If you chase fantasies, you're lacking sense, lacking heart. A lot of people do that. 12. The wicked hath desired the net of evil doers, and the root of the righteous giveth. The wicked hath desired the net of evildoers, and the root of the righteous giveth. That's old language, isn't it? Right? Verse says, the wicked desire what evil men have, but the root of the righteous produces fruit. Giveth. Right? And there are wicked people that desire what wicked people have, right? Some of these wicked people are extremely wealthy, and a lot of people are their disciples and look up to them and want to be like them and have the stuff they have. But there's no fruit there, right? The root of the righteous produces fruit. That's a good one, too. You highlight that? It's highlighted over there, so we might as well. 13. In transgression of the lips, the snare of the wicked, and the righteous goeth out from distress. An evil man is trapped by his rebellious speech, but the righteous one escapes from trouble. Right? Mostly by keeping your mouth shut. The transgression of the lips is the snare of the wicked. It's the stuff they say gets them in trouble, right? All the time. All the time. 14. From the fruit of the mouth is one satisfied with good, and the deed of a man's hands returneth to him. Right? What you say. The things you say come back. If you say only good things, kind things, edifying things, uplifting things, right? You will be satisfied with good. The fruit of your mouth. Right? And the work of a man's hands will reward him. Right? If you work, you'll get rewarded. Good stuff. Say kind thing, right? I'm going to highlight that too. Why not? The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, and whoso hearkening to counsel is wise. Right? Fool's way is right in his own eyes, but whoever listens to counsel is wise. Right? Get directions. Okay? Don't just go wandering off blindly somewhere, thinking you're right. Right? Always get directions. 16. The fool in a day is his anger known, and the prudent is covering shame. Yeah. The fool in a day his anger is known. A fool's displeasure is known at once, but whoever ignores an insult is sensible. Okay? Kind of confusing. See, that's why we have two versions of. Okay, and the prudent is covering shame. Right? Whoever ignores an insult is sensible or prudent. Right? Covering shame. Okay, 17. Whoso uttereth faithfulness declareth righteousness, and a false witness deceit. Whoso uttereth faithfulness declareth righteousness, and a false witness deceit. Whoever speaks truth declares what is right, but a false witness deceit. Right. Uttereth faithfulness, speaks the truth. 18. A rash speaker is like piercings of a sword, and the tongue of the wise is healing. Right. There is one who speaks rashly like a piercing sword, but the tongue of the wise brings healing. That's what I've been saying the whole time. Say kind things, uplifting things, edifying things, right? Evil, cutting people down should never come out of your mouth. You should always speak only kind, edifying, uplifting things that teach. That brings healing. That's important. 19. The lip of truth is established forever, and for a moment a tongue of falsehood. Right? The truth will always stand. Right? The truth will always stand. It will always be there. It will always be the truth. It will never change. Right? Lies and falsehoods only last a moment. Right? Because they're lies. 20. Deceit is in the heart of those devising evil, and to those counseling peace is joy. Right? Say kind things, counseling peace. Deceit is in the heart of those devising evil. A lot of that going on, huh? 21. No iniquity is desired by the righteous, and the wicked have been full of evil. No disaster overcomes the righteous, but the wicked are full of misery. 22. An abomination to Jehovah are lying lips, and steadfast doers are his delight. Right? God hates liars. Detestable. They're faithless people, steadfast doers. Right? Faithful people are his delight. 23. A prudent man is concealing knowledge, and the heart of fools proclaimeth folly or foolishness. Right, I like that over here. A shrewd person conceals knowledge, but a foolish heart publicizes stupidity. Right. Proclaimeth folly. And people think they know everything, and they'll go and they'll let you know that they think they know everything too. A prudent man just stays in the back and stays quiet until somebody asks him, do you know anything about this? And you could say, yeah, I do. I don't know everything, but I know a little bit. 24, the hand of the delight ruleth, and slothfulness becometh tributary. The diligent hand will rule, but laziness will lead to forced labor. Slothfulness becometh tributary. I guess that's forced labor, right? 25, sorrow in the heart of a man boweth down, and a good word maketh him glad. Right, that's what I've been saying the whole time, right? Sorrow in the heart of a man boweth down, and a good word maketh him glad. Anxiety in a man's heart weighs it down, but a good word cheers it up. All right. I have a note here. What's that say? Worry. Capital worry. Oh, come on. How do I close this now? See, now I'm all. We're 25. See, you can mess things up, huh? Sorrow in the heart of a man boweth it down. Anxiety, sorrow, worry. Okay? And a man's heart weighs it down, but a good word cheers it up. That's why it's important to only say kind things, good things, uplifting things, edifying things. Right? You can change a person's whole day by just being kind to them. 26, the righteous searcheth his companion, and the way of the wicked causeth him to err. Searcheth his companion. A righteous man is careful in dealing with his neighbor, but the way of the wicked leads him astray. Or guides his neighbor. Leads him astray, causeth him to err. Right? Be careful in dealing with your neighbor. Right? Searcheth his companion. 27, the slothful roasteth not his hunting, and the wealth of a diligent man is precious. A lazy man doesn't roast his game, but to a diligent man his wealth is precious. Right? A tool to be used to help others, right? Now, a lazy man doesn't roast his game. That's kind of like hoarders, people, they just want more and more and more, and they get it, and they put it in rooms and store it in boxes, and they never use it. They just want to have it. It's kind of like what that is. Right? Back then, they would hunt and get all this meat and stuff, and then they would just, I killed it, and then they would throw it in the barn and let it rot, not even prepare it. And 28, in the path of the righteous is life, and in the way of that path is no death. Right? There is a life in the path of the righteousness, but another path leads to death. See? And this says something different, right? And in its path there is no death. See, it says right down there, and he has it over here what it is. Right? In the path of righteousness is life, and in the way of that path is no death. Right? Yeah, that's kind of turning it around, isn't it? So, there you go. That's chapter 12 in the Young's literal translation. I've never read this translation before, but I know it was written by Young. 1898 is when it was published. And it's pretty good. I mean, it uses some of the old language, but it's pretty good. Okay, we'll go over our highlights here. A man is not established by wickedness. Right. Man cannot be made secure by wickedness. Right. Never prospers. Right. It's a pretty statement, right? According to his wisdom is a man praised in verse 8. But a twisted mind is despised. Right. Highlighted 9. Better is the lightly esteemed, but who hath a servant than the self-honored who lacketh bread? Self-honored. You like that? to act important but have no food. Better to be lightly esteemed and be able to take care of yourself, feed yourself, house yourself, right? Than to act important but have nothing. And there's plenty of those people out there now, right? Plenty of them. Highlighted 10. The righteous knoweth the life of his beast, and the mercies of the wicked are cruel. Right? You know, people, you know somebody, watch the way they treat their animals, all right? Back then they relied on animals for their work, for their transportation, for everything. And you can watch the way a man takes care of his animals, what kind of person they are, okay? And the cruel people, even when they act kind, they're cruel people. Animals know that too. Okay. 11 we highlighted. Whoso is tilling the ground is satisfied with bread, and whoso is pursuing vanities is lacking heart. Sense, it says over here. Right? The one who works his land will have plenty of food. Right? Simple. Work the land, you'll have food. Chase dreams or schemes or fantasies, you won't have anything. You'll starve. 12 we highlighted. The wicked hath desired the net of evildoers, and the root of righteous giveth. That's confusing on that one, right? It's really the wicked desire what evil men have, but the root of the righteous produces fruit. Right? There are wicked people, and they have lots of followers that want what they have. Not a good thing. Highlighted 14. From the fruit of the mouth is one satisfied with good, and the deed of a man's hands returneth to him. Right? The deeds you do will return to you, good and bad. Right? From the fruit of the mouth is one satisfied with good. Right? Your words. Okay? You speak only good, kind words, it'll come back to you. Right? The prudent is covering shame, right? Ignores an insult is prudent, right? A fool's displeasure is known at once, right? You insult somebody and say something mean. The person who ignores it is sensible. The person who rages out is a fool, right? A rash speaker is like piercings of a sword, and the tongue of the wise is healing. Got that? Right. The one who speaks rashly hurts people, right? The tongue of the wise is healing. You say healing things, uplifting things, kind things. Try that for a day. So everything that comes out of your mouth is a good, kind, uplifting word, right? Every single thing. Can you do that? You can make that a habit. You'd be surprised how your life will change. Right? Okay. And 25. Sorrow in the heart of a man boweth down, and a good word maketh him glad. Sorrow, anxiety in a man's heart weighs it down. Worry. Sorrow, anxiety, worry. Okay? Brings you down. But a good word cheers it up, makes it glad. You can be the one that says good words, kind words. All right? So, there you go. That's Proverbs 12 for November the 12th. And a lot of good stuff in there. Okay, we're going to stay tuned later. We're going to make 317, I think, up through the Bible in a year. Jesus is being crucified as we speak. We're in that part of the story, and it's a sad part of the story, when your Lord is murdered by evil people, but with a reason. So, stay tuned for that. Give us a like if you think about it, but we'll keep doing this. See you next time.